Welcome, everybody, to the Snapped podcast. My name is Tyler Kluver, and let's consider this a personal audio journal of mine. A lot of rambling, a lot of random stuff, anything relevant in my personal life that has to do with health, fitness, diet, business, being an entrepreneur, and simply trying to unlock the avenues of personal growth that help me find the most happy, fulfilling, and free life that I can live. I hope that you guys can take something away from the show and maybe find some entertainment in it as well. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get to it. Start now. Start right now. Don't wait. January 1st is rolling around. You got plans, you got goals, you got dreams. Start now. Welcome in to the Snap podcast. That is going to be today's topic of conversation as we near the end of this year, 2022. It is crazy how time goes faster as you get older. And it makes sense because at 28 years old, a year's time is so much less of the total amount of time that I've been around than it was when you're 14 years old. And every year that grows into a smaller percentage of the time you've been around. So it just feels like it's gone a little faster because it's just less of your entire life. But here we are. It's December 7th. Welcome into the Snap podcast. You're here every week. And if you aren't, you should be. Because at minimum, you get to hear me ramble for 10 to 15, I don't know, sometimes 40 minutes. The 40-minute episodes usually have substance in them. You get to hear me just think thoughts and put them out audibly into words. I was making lunch, maybe cleaning up lunch, and I was thinking about, what are we going to do today? Is this going to be the day where I dip into my list on my phone of, I wouldn't call them emergency, by the way, my camera, just the autofocus on this thing, trash. I got to figure something out for the curtains down here and the lighting. Not that anybody watches this show anyway. Tyler Kluver on YouTube, by the way. Subscribe. Get me to 20 subscribers. Come on, guys. We can do it. And there's a yawn. You should subscribe for the yawns. But it's December 7th. There's 24 days left of this year. And a lot of people are going to start to get that itch of, ooh, new year, new me. This year I'm going to do it. This year I'm going to do this. This is going to be the year that I finally XYZ. And are we being honest with ourselves? Probably not. I could pull up some statistics as we talk. And as many as 80%, 4 out of 5 New Year's resolutions will be abandoned. That's the cold, hard truth. The facts. So that fleeting motivation of, and I don't understand why, right? I don't understand why we make the connection of the calendar turns from December to January, and now and that makes it a good time to start something. As if you continue this something and 10 years down the road, somebody asks you, "Oh, since when have you been doing that?" And you're able to say, "Started the first day of 2023. Ever since 2023." Why does it matter? What is so special about the calendar turning into a new year? I think it's the I think it's socially acceptable, right? Because other people do it, it makes sense. It looks clean on a calendar. The actual, you know, you pull up a digital calendar on the computer, or for those that like to actually have physical calendars, it's a brand new calendar that doesn't have any failures or missed appointments or missed workouts on it, missed meals when it comes to health. I think social acceptability is definitely part of it. Is it just makes sense? Because otherwise, I mean, it's, in a lot of the parts of the country or the world, it's cold, right? So it's not like it's the best time to go out and start a fitness routine, start running outside, like, to be honest, it's probably a way it was probably indoctrinated we were indoctrinated into it by marketing and gyms, if I had to guess. Started the new year, gyms and facilities want to increase their membership. They want to make sure that they're locking down clients and revenue for the year to come in the books. And so they run a bunch of promotions and campaigns around this time of year to get people excited and sort of convince them that this is the time of year where you want to start. And if you happen to be listening to this at the beginning of the year, great. It is a great time to start. But if you're listening to it when it comes out on December 7th or 8th, or if you catch this 7 months down the road and it's June, those 2 times are just as good of a time to start. Because the best time to start is right fucking now. I'd argue that if you have the motivation to set up, figure out, facilitate a new routine, a new goal, a new habit outside of the confines or structure of the new year trick, that you're more likely to succeed in that, because you are proving that you don't need the flash and the social acceptability and the the you're not going to be one of those people who's just doing it to post on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. You're doing it outside of that. You're just doing it randomly because you actually care about the habit or the health or the food or the workouts that you're trying to implement. I'm sure there's a stat on, in fact, I know there is, people who start fitness routines, fitness programs, diets in December versus those who start in January. And I guarantee, put my life on it, all the money I own, that the people who start in December are more successful and stay with it longer because they don't need that clean start. They know that they need it right now. A more nuanced look or approach, um, look at that approach. I don't even know what I'm saying. Words, fucking words. A more nuanced description of why that would work, why that approach would work. There we go. Is if you start right now and it's December 7th, by the time we get to the first of the year, you've got 3.5 weeks on people. You have the opportunity, and that's what it is. It's an opportunity. It's not a burden. or happenstance that you find yourself in. It's an opportunity that you get, that you give yourself to be 3.5 weeks of clean eating ahead of your peers, to be 3.5 weeks of exercising ahead of your peers. Not only that, but you will have done that 3.5 weeks of committing to new goals during a time that isn't necessarily socially built for success with new fitness and diet goals. A lot of us have time off at the end of this month, around Christmas and the new year. Time off means probably time spent with family. If you're celebrating Christmas or whatever you celebrate, it means you're going to New Year's parties or Christmas parties, you're drinking more. There's more family style buffet meals that are happening. The time off is usually associated with a lot of people who don't enjoy their day to day during the week. Well, now this is my time to relax. This is my vacation, right? A lot of people actually go on real vacations. And that turns into, well, I'm not going to work out on vacation. I'm here to relax. I'm here to take time off. And so if you're able to establish consistency, routine within this 3.5 weeks, the odds that you're able to do it once you're back to reality skyrocket. You've already proven that you can do it when it's hard. So you have 3 extra weeks on people already. You've proven that you can do it when it's a little bit harder schedule wise. And really, when it comes down to for me, is what kind of person do you want to be? And I know that's deep. Is that too deep? Is that too serious for what we're talking about here? Maybe. But this is the way that my mind works, right? And this is with anything. This is with anything. And I'm happy to say that I'm an example of someone who's following through on what I'm talking about here. I try to be all the time. Try to be authentic and not a hypocrite on this show, and most of the time I'm pretty good at that. And I'll tell you how in a second. But it's about who you are. If you're the kind of person who can say right now, you know what? I do need to start a fitness routine right now. And hold off on the I'll start it in January. You're someone who can commit to something, be disciplined, give up the easy, comfortable right now for an easy, comfortable long term. Make it hard now so it's easy for the rest of your life. You're someone who can delay gratification and comfort. Someone who can work through problems and a little bit of resistance and not quit. Someone who doesn't need external factors, motivation to keep you online, on center. Someone who's decisive. Or are you just one of the pack, right? I'll just wait with everybody else. January 3rd's coming, whatever the first Monday of the year will be. I'll start then with everybody else. And it's super generalized. I understand, I get it. But the issue that I see with that comes across my brain, flashing lights just popping out, is most of us want to be special. Most of us want result A, B, C. Most of us have these goals and dreams, people that we look up to who are in positions that we want to be, have things that we want to have, are living life the way we want to live, and they are the minority. They are not the 95%. And there's a saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. I don't know if that's 100% true. I think there's scenarios where that doesn't make sense or really apply, but it is a saying for a reason. It's cliche for a reason. And it's because in a lot of ways, it is factual. It is true. The 5%, maybe the person that you see yourself becoming someday or dream of becoming someday, that person would start now. The rest, the pack, the average, the complacent, the normal, they'll start on January 1st. So don't be normal. Start now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. As always, I was going to say, as always, leave a message, leave a fucking comment. I'm like a YouTuber. I would love if you, in the podcast app that you listen to, rated this show. That'd be cool. I don't know if I have any ratings or reviews on this show, but hey, leave a rating if you've gotten anything from this show. I love that you guys continue to come back to this. I appreciate it. As you guys hear in the intro every time, it's just me rambling about educational, business, fitness, food, thoughts, anything that comes to mind in my pursuit of just trying to be better, trying to reach my potential. We'll be back. We'll probably be back next week. I'm having a kid soon, boys and girls, listeners, followers of the Snap podcast. I'm going to be a dad very, very soon. Almost certainly will not make it to 2 weeks from now without being a dad. Good chance that within the next week it happens as well. Obviously, there's going to be some time taken off from work and creating. So I don't know what the schedule of this podcast will be, but we will be back soon and we will continue our pursuit in 2023. Thank you guys for listening. Already said that. We'll maybe see you next week, maybe not. Until then, peace.